AfterBuzzTV, it's
Ringside Pop, you know it don't stop. With flicks to the business of everything that's hot. Call it Ringside Pop, you know it don't stop. With the flicks to the business of everything that's hot. Welcome to Ringside Pop with Kia Stevens, Marty Elias, and Dale Rutledge.
Welcome to Ringside Pop on AfterBuzzTV, where we give you ringside seats to today's hottest pop culture topics. I'm your host, Dale Rutledge, and today we are here to discuss our love of all things Japan, particularly the international rise of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Wrestle Kingdom 9 saw the pay-per-view debut of New Japan Pro Wrestling in America, and with players like Nakamura, Tanahashi, and AJ Styles at the helm, the States got a special taste of what kind of magic could come from this amazing promotion. So fast forward to 2017, and not only was the wrestling community wowed by the notorious 6-star match between Okada and Omega at Wrestle Kingdom 11, but we got our first ever fully dedicated New Japan Pro Wrestling show on American shores, the G1 Climax USA, right here in Long Beach, California. I have a wonderful crew in studio today to discuss all these wonderful things, but first, our very own Kia Stevens got to attend this special event, that lucky so-and-so, and talk with the shared love of Japan with wrestling stars Lance Archer, Jay Lethal, and Cheeseburger. Let's take a look.
Kia Stevens here, also known as Awesome Kong for Ringside Pop on AfterBuzzTV. I'm here with Lance Archer, also known as Lance Hoyt. Lance, where have you been lately?
I've been recovering from injury. Unfortunately, I've been with New Japan since 2011. Seeing this event that they're putting on has been amazing. It's actually kindled that fire in me because I'm recovering from my own injury, getting ready to come back, so I'm excited.
I'm excited too. Did you know this is my first interview?
You're doing very good so far.
Thank you. You're in the Japan scene. How's it differ from the American scene?
People ask that question all the time, and it's really about the fan base. The American fan base is like being in a beehive to me because there's always a constant buzz. Sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's a little less, but there's always some kind of buzz going on. In Japan, because you've been there, they can be very, very, very quiet, and sometimes the American fans see that and they go, are they bored? What's going on? And no, it's just they're paying attention really intently. And when you do something good and you get that big explosion, it's like earning their respect. And in the States, you kind of get that same thing, but there's always somebody yelling and screaming and making that noise. To me, that's some of the biggest differences.
Okay, I love it. Hey, give me a hug because I missed you.
Yes.
I'm here with Cheeseburger. Now, you and I haven't met before. I think we've missed paths on the wrestling scene. Tell me, how'd you get your name?
I started training at the Ring of Honor dojo maybe 6-7 years ago, and when I first came in, well, I still am, but I was so skinny, and I still am, that the running joke was that this boy needs to eat some cheeseburgers, so the name just kind of stuck. And at my Ring of Honor debut, Charlie Haas called me in a promo, and the whole crowd started chanting cheeseburger.
Oh, I love it.
So then when I got to the back, they were like, all right, we have something here, let's just run with it, and it's just spiraled out of control since then.
It's funny how fate works that way, right? What do you like most about the Japanese culture?
The food, the people. I mean, it'd be easier to list what I don't like. I like the food, the people, the culture, everything about it. I can see myself living in Japan in the future. I love the wrestling over there, how respected it is. Like, I just want to be over there forever. I love everything about it.
I feel you. I wish I was there right now. In Japan, they have a lot of cuisine that's, different from here. And a lot of times the boys like to make jokes and make you eat something that you probably wouldn't eat here. Does that ever happen to you?
Yes, the last time I was there, someone persuaded me to eat pig feet. It was like boiled pig feet. It was absolutely disgusting. I also ate salmon eggs, they had like no flavor. They just kind of like, they're little eggs and they like burst into your mouth. And the weirdest thing besides the pig feet that I ate was a sea urchin, which was weird, but wasn't that bad. It tasted like lobster. It was like mushy lobster. It was like orange. It's like sea urchin, but it tastes like lobster. It was the craziest thing ever.
Out of all of those, which one did you like the best and which one did you like the least?
I love lobster, so I'll say sea urchin, salmon eggs, and then pig feet all the way at the bottom.
What you talking about? I love me some pig feet, some pickled pig feet. You don't like no pickled pig feet?
In my house, they grew up cooking pig feet all the time. I never liked it. Pig feet, pig ears, chitlins, none of that.
You don't like no chitlins?
I did when I was younger. Now that I'm older, I'm like, what? What am I? I'm just eating intestines.
You know, the Japanese grill their chitlins. Did you know that?
Nah, I didn't know that. Really?
You probably ate some and didn't even know it. True story. All right, I'm here with Jay Lethal. Jay, now we met in Japan.
That's right. That was our first time.
That was our first time meeting. We did karaoke. What is your karaoke go-to song?
It would be Love Shack by the B-52s. You know why? Because I can't sing that well, but the guy's part in B-52's Love Shack is not really singing.
That's true.
You know, it's like, you see a faded sign at the side of the road that says
15,000. Okay, yeah.
It's not real singing.
Yes.
I'm just talking to the music. You
I
know?
might adopt that. I might have to like bite your
It's easy.
karaoke song. Okay, now what is your favorite Japanese food? You've been going there for years. What is it you can't wait to eat when you get over there?
It would probably be those beef bowls, which I understand somebody told me that it's like unhealthy cut of beef, but I love it. It's
delicious,
it's just beef and rice. That's
Right?
it. It's delicious. They give you
a
little bowl. Oh
yeah.
yeah. It's so good. So good.
radish.
It's my favorite,
I like
which is
almost right
probably
now.
why I put on a few more pounds than I wanted to.
What?
but
You look
it's
even
so
fitter
good.
to me.
It's so good.
This man can eat anything and not like he can eat anything. This man. Okay, seriously.
There's this one place that we go eat all the time called the Beef Man.
The beef man.
Yeah, it's Korean barbecue style.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
the area it's in, I think, is Roppongi. I'm not sure.
Love Roppongi.
Oh, great place.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah.
the
so
beef
like I said,
man.
whenever I go back to a hotel, that it's just strictly time to sleep. And rejuvenate from whatever the hell we just did.
So back to the beef man, back to the hotel.
It's just a
That's the
never-ending
routine.
loop.
That's
Never-ending loop.
You heard it here.
Beef Man Party Hotel. Beef Bowl, Beef Man Party Hotel.
Rinse, cycle, repeat.
Just repeat it.
Right here, AfterBuzz TV.
Man, I wish I had been there for that. It looked so freaking awesome. Now it's time to bring in our Ringside Pop crew. First up, she's a multi-time women's and tag team champion across multiple divisions, and one of the stars of Netflix Glow. She is Amazing Kong. She is Awesome Kong. She is Karma. But today, her gimmick is Sickly Kong.
So this. That means I'm sick, so I'm sorry.
Watashi wa Kia Stevens.
So, 私はキースティーブンです。それはリサンポップジャパニーズスタイル。皆さん頑張ってね。
Did you learn all that at New Japan this past couple weeks?
No, you knew all that from Japan. I picked up some stuff.
It seems like it. I'm on my way. I'm trying to learn.
I will get together. We'll do some lessons.
Yeah, I ain't doing so well so far. I'm gonna have to let you know. I love your outfit too.
Arigato, man.
It's very, very Japanese. I have a Dale onesie, but it's kind of like Dale on Dale. It's a very weird combination. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little
could be a
Russian
video.
cuppy. Yeah.
Yes, it's a smaller Dale instead of a smaller Dale instead of a smaller Dale. Also, the main crew, he's worn the referee stripes for 20 plus years and officiated some of the most high-profile matches in WWE and Lucha Underground. Also, pretty big Kiss fan.
Pretty big, you know.
He's
Got
Marty
my kids
Elias.
going. Hey guys, how's it going?
How's it going, brother?
Ready.
Good to have you.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this whole Japanese episode, man. Yeah, I love Japan. I had the opportunity to go there many times and had some great experiences, and you know, I'm sure we're all excited to jump into this.
Oh yeah, we'll get lots of interesting, weird Japanese stories coming in the show. Our guests today are certainly no strangers to Japan. First up, he's appeared on Comedy Central and is now a fellow AfterBuzz TV host for the Raw After Show. He's also the brains behind Twitter's hilarious Vince Googling. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen that. I'm sorry, does that ruin your gimmick?
No, that's good.
And he will be one of the cornerstones here at Ringside Pop. He is Marc Warzecha.
Arigato. That's all I know. That's all I know. That's all I know.
That's a good start.
But I want to learn more. I want to learn more.
Maybe that's our other show. We can just learn Japanese together. From
We'll
Kia.
just do Rosetta Stone.
Kia Stone.
Kia Stone.
Our second guest in studio is an 8-time IWGP Junior Tag Team Champion. He's one of the most entertaining wrestlers in the ring to watch, and sadly now former one half of Roppongi Vice. He is New Japan Pro Wrestling's own Rocky Romero.
You just made it really sad for me right now.
I
You
know.
just reminded me I was, you know,
That's
I
what
was
it's been
feeling
like
really
for us.
good. Yeah. Oh,
It was like,
so I'm Watashi wa Rocky desu. And Nakasu zo konayaro, which is my catchphrase.
Oh, I like it.
I'm going to make you cry.
It's very true. Roppongi Vice. What's going to happen in the music also? That's my question. If I don't hear that, that's going to make me cry.
I know. I got to come up with a catchier tune. That's what I'm going to have to do.
You guys made us all cry when you at the breakup.
We hugged it out.
Was it the first amicable breakup of a tag team in wrestling history?
I think so. but then like WWE did the same thing with Jason Jordan and and Gable.
That's
so,
true. That's true.
I wonder where they got that from.
So who's your dad?
Yeah, I know. Who's that?
Antonio Inoki.
It's so funny because I have no idea what you guys are talking about because I've been out of wrestling for like months, so I have no idea what's going on. But I'm going to smile and cough and sneeze.
Kurt Angle has an illegitimate child now.
Oh, okay.
Storyline.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can get into that on a different show. That is not Japanese based. Not even what we're talking about. All right, first up, let's do the news. We've got the G1 Climax 27 on our hands. It goes till the end of August, I believe, somewhere around there.
Yeah, like August 13th or something it goes until, I think. Yep.
A lot of dream matchups happening. I just last night watched Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kota Ibushi, which was, highly sought after during the Cruiserweight Classic at WWE. Now the dream has come to reality in New Japan Pro Wrestling. What a freaking match, by the way. It was basically all Zack Sabre Jr. style.
Right.
And then Ibushi bested him at his own game.
Yeah.
It was fantastic to watch. And these two could do no wrong, in my opinion, really. They are just two of the tops. I don't know if you can speak to this at all, Rocky, but Ibushi's been kind of wrestling since Wrestle Kingdom. He's been under a mask.
Right.
So does he work there? Is he like freelance? I don't understand the whole.
Yeah, no, he's 100% freelance. So
okay.
Yeah, and I think that even the Tiger Mask W thing that he's doing is actually completely separate from New Japan. So it's kind of like he's just completely a guest. So it was a big surprise for me to hear that he was actually going to be in the tournament. And I was like, oh, it must be a Tiger Mask. And I was like, no, he's coming as Ibushi. It was like, oh, that's cool. That's awesome. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Like, absolutely. Top 5 for sure.
He's so interesting, like artistically, because I think every company in the world wants him, but he wants to be a free agent.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so wild to see what he'll be in the G1 right now, and then he'll be in the Cruiserweight Classic, and then there'll be like a clip of him in DDT from Japan, like in a match where he's like shooting fireworks at somebody like the next day, and you're like
wrestling in an apartment, like an apartment building match where they go from like floor to floor in like 4 different apartments.
I mean, it's good. I mean, when you can do it your way and have it your way, I mean, that's the best way. Dream, and that's the best way. You have people just chasing you left and right and picking and choosing. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what's cool about him? What I think is, that he's upping his profile, because he's able to do all these different things. So there's different companies out there that are chasing him because he is able to up his profile by doing all these different things that he's able to put his hands into. So it's cool, man.
Yeah.
I feel like the place that we're at with indie wrestling too, it's just become more and more likely for these type. Zack Sabre Jr. is actually a pretty good example of that as well.
Yeah,
where,
that's true.
He's kind of been around the world and done it all, and also turned WWE down. It's just we're at a point now where the internet has allowed everybody to access whatever it is that they love.
Yeah.
And so you can be a star somewhere that I can't travel to, but I can watch you.
Right.
And it just enables this kind of mentality of Kota and Zack Sabre Jr.
Right.
Freedom.
Let it ring.
Freedom. Yes.
I like it. So, in the news, I like to throw in some weird shit. Yeah. So, the weird shit I found today was it is the 5th anniversary of Pillow Fight League in Japan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is Ibushi in that too?
Yes, he's in a pillowcase mask.
I'm just for a pillow fight.
Yes, you are.
Bring it on.
He's called Goose Feathers there. But anyway, so it's basically dodgeball with duvets. So it's basically we have a clip. I want you guys to see. We don't need to play the whole clip, but check out this weirdness. They start off sleeping, which I love.
Oh wow, this is competitive.
Uh-huh.
I want to do this.
I love the person with the blanket that runs the fence. That's my favorite thing.
Look at wait, whoa! She beaming it.
Wow. We should be playing
So
this.
the blanket's block.
Blanket's a blocker. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so what just happened there? As if this isn't crazy enough to turn a pillow fight into an official tournament.
Oh, well, you got somebody going from the other team grabbing their pillows.
They can grab the pillows after this. So that guy yelled, "The teacher is coming," and they all have to lay down to sleep.
Oh, what?
And during the sleep period, whoever that person is can run and gather pillows, and then sleep time is over and they start again.
This is much less sexy than I thought it was going to be when you said pillow fighting. That is not what I pictured.
That's not a WWE
That is
pillow
not
fight.
that's not a WWE Divas Attitude Era bra and panties pillow fight.
Seriously, we go from like talking about you like Climax that gives you like a hard on, then we go to pillow fight. We're like, yeah, we're getting something sexy, and it was like,
It really was a pillow fight.
It is a legitimate pillow fight.
I think I actually wrestled in that gymnasium.
Did you really?
I've wrestled in so many of them like that, yeah.
They sent you home with a nice duvet. Beautiful show. So that's our news for today. I feel like there's so many weird things we could talk Japan news.
Oh
but,
my gosh,
But
yeah.
I want to keep it focused on wrestling. But the pillow fight had me laughing so hard. So let's talk New Japan's rise. Okay, according to you guys, I mentioned at the top of the show, Wrestle Kingdom 9 for America was kind of the first time that a lot of people had access to seeing New Japan in action. You know, up until then, you might have found it on YouTube illegally, or you might have read about it in somebody's, blog or whatever, but you weren't seeing a lot of it. And then Wrestle Kingdom 9 happened, and I feel like that was kind of the start jumping point for New Japan in the States. What do you guys think? Why now? What's driving the interest? So we got 12 coming up here in January. What's been driving the interest, would you say, for New Japan in the States now?
I think it seems like New Japan World has made a difference, like from a fan perspective, that you can access that now. It's similar to WWE Network. There's a lot more English commentary than there's ever been on there, and I think that is definitely helping as an access point for fans.
Did that launch with Wrestle Kingdom 10? Does that sound right? It was around, or at least right around
maybe
there.
a little before that.
Yeah, it was before.
Yeah.
It's been around, I think, since like probably Wrestle Kingdom like 8. I
Oh,
think.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Something.
So it just wasn't maybe out there as much
Right.
until the pay-per-view happened. At least that was kind of like when it became aware. What do you think? What do you think's been causing?
I think a lot of it is just, I think, like word of mouth and people just being like, kind of like the PWG vibe that we have here in Los Angeles locally. It's like, oh, this guy AJ Styles, where did he come from? This and that, because especially when I think AJ, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, and Nakamura jumped, that piqued the interest even more, because like WWE fans or casual fans would be like, who are these guys and where did they come from?
Yeah.
Oh, from New Japan? What the hell is New Japan? And then they start looking up New Japan. They're like, oh, dude, this is cool,
Yeah.
So I think that like everybody thought that New Japan was going to basically business was going to go down once those guys left, and it did nothing but take off since. And because it was like free advertising.
Right, it's like a business card for New Japan.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because I was definitely sad when they left. I mean, I talked to AJ Styles not too long after that, and there's this picture of them fist bumping at Wrestle Kingdom 10, and I asked him, and he was like, yeah, we actually knew at that moment that we were going to go to WWE, but to me it kind of broke my heart, you know what I mean? Because I mean, they were such staples and such a big deal.
And doing so
the locker room
well.
was weird that day at Wrestle Kingdom 10, because we all knew what was going on, and and everybody's like whispering, like, but like a lot of us, a few of us kind of knew that what was happening going into it, and it was just kind of weird and strange, and everybody's like, dang, this is gonna be the last time, like.
I was so
weird,
glad when AJ went to Japan, and I was just like, yes, finally, like that side of the world really gets to see in live in person the things that he does, because he amazes me all the time. Yeah. But also, I think that the interest, like with the miracle of the internet, people in America are really immersing themselves in Asian culture.
Oh, absolutely.
And wrestling historically has been a part of Asian culture. So when you learn more about it, you start off with the comic books, what is it, the manga, the manga, and then you move on to what's in Asian culture. Wrestling's part of it, and you immerse yourself in it, and you appreciate it. And people are traveling over there, to see it live and to feel it and get the tangibility of it,
and it's still familiar too, right?
Yeah,
and it's still familiar, and it feels like wrestling, right? So, and you don't have to like you don't have to speak Japanese to understand what's going on.
Right.
You know, that's like the beautiful thing about wrestling.
They still tell the story.
They still tell the story, right? So it's you know, it crosses any language barriers, you know.
My grandparents were all immigrants. They came here in the 50s to Detroit to work in the factories. None of them spoke English. The first part of American culture that they glommed onto was professional wrestling.
Oh, really?
They were watching The Sheik, and they were watching Bobo and Dick the
Nice.
Bruiser, but they didn't need to understand the language. Especially then, promos were a lot less of a part of it. But still, they didn't need to understand the language to be able to follow what was going on, and they all became wrestling fans immediately.
You know, I like.
That's like Arthi and Glow. Arthi, you know,
exactly.
Her grandma used to watch it. She didn't. All she spoke was, you know, Hindi. Yeah, so.
You know, but with this movement, I honestly feel that there's a lot more variety and a lot more for fans to actually go and see. You know, because at one point you got to remember, I mean, wrestling was stagnant because there was only WWE. That was the only choice. But now wrestling's like a whole big buffet where everybody has an opportunity to go get pie or cherry pie or apple pie. So, I mean, whatever type of pie you're liking or steak, you know, that's what you're going to go get. And I think it's a lot more available to people. So people are out there looking for different types of flavors. So when they see the New Japans, they see the Lucha Undergrounds, they see the, you know, the other stuff that's happening, I think people are going like, hey, I don't have to just watch this one product and I don't have to be force-fed this. I'm going to go and eat this and taste that. So I think wrestling is really coming that far. So I think that's where people are really getting in tune with what's out there now.
It's a culture with different tribes.
Absolutely.
And people are appreciating it, and I love it because they buy into the magic. They keep that magic, you know, that veil that we have, and they respect it because it's still real to me.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I love it.
To your point earlier, Kia, I mean, I didn't know about New Japan, so I got married in 2010, and I'd always been obsessed with Japan. Just the culture in general. I watched a lot of anime and all that kind of stuff. And so we went for our honeymoon in Japan, and a buddy of ours gave us tickets to New Japan because he just knew someone that worked there. So, you know, he was like, you guys like wrestling? You know, it was just very offhanded.
Right.
And just falling into it and seeing the crowd. And there's all these, like, differences, but yet it's the same. But all these little minute things that make it feel really fresh and different and interesting. And you get, like you're saying, a whole nother flavor. And I was just hooked from there on out. The main event, I think, was like, it was Finn Balor and Tanahashi, and Ibushi was there. I mean, it was all guys that we still know and love to this day.
Yeah.
And it just blew my mind. I was like, what is that? I had no idea.
So different. My very, very first trip to Japan, you know, it was 2002. This is barely a year after, you know, 9/11. So I didn't sleep on the plane. I hadn't slept in like 30 hours because I was on the plane like, if anybody's starting to...
Oh, you got your eyes out.
I'm going to have to do something.
I'm going to have to do something. So I didn't sleep. So by the time I landed, I was extremely exhausted. And Masa, who was in charge of All Japan Women's like booking everything, took me straight to a New Japan show. And I mean, I was just so tired, but then I was so enthralled because there was like 60,000 people there because they were at the Tokyo Dome.
Oh man, you kicked it off right.
Right. And to see like 50, 60,000 people like be quiet all at once, and then pop at certain moments, I was like, this is different, and wow, and I'm gonna be doing that soon. Well, because you know I was new. I was barely. I'd taken my bumps like 2 months before. I was very new into wrestling. I was like, wow, this is different and amazing, and oh my goodness, it blew me away.
Yeah, so both of you guys talk to us too about the differences between wrestling here in the States and wrestling over there from being in the ring perspective.
I think at first it's a little off-putting when the quietness,
because it is so quiet.
Because it's so quiet,
right? Okay,
and you don't know if you are entertaining
like
people, right? You know?
Right.
And then you start, you know, when you start telling the story, and the story you get to the, you know, towards the end of the story, and they start reacting the way that is appropriate for the story that you built, and you're like, okay, I did tell a great story, and here's the end.
Yeah.
And then they come up for it. I think that's, at first, is what, you know, learning to appreciate how the fans appreciate it.
Right. Yeah, being comfortable in that silence, you know, but still knowing that they're very into it and they're paying attention. You know, that's why they're not, you know, making, you know, distracting noises or whatever like they do here, I guess. But that's just the way they do it. They're just really focused on what you're doing. So like if you're actually applying a technique like an armbar or something, they're really like, oh wow, oh yeah, he's really got that in there. Oh yeah, that's, you know, that's what they're thinking. You know, and over here we're like, oh no, they're not making any noise. What do we do? What do we? Let's change things up. Yeah. Punch me in the face.
You know, it's funny you guys say that. I remember the first time going over there with 01, and guys went out to the outside, and I had to do a 20 count.
Yeah.
And when I did it, nobody was counting with me. I was all by myself, and I could hear the echo and everything. 1, 2. And I'm going like, are they coming with me or what? Not one time, man. So I was like, okay. So that was my first experience with Japan wrestling.
But then you get to 19, and then somebody slides in, they go, whoa. And then you're like, oh, it's so worth it.
Yeah, it
That's
was
the
crazy.
climax. That's the G1 climax.
Oh yeah.
Are they? I'm so curious as to what all of your experiences are as talent coming into a Japanese locker room. Are they accepting as they're hazing? What's that like for you guys coming in as non-Japanese, as gaijin basically?
I think kind of every company is a little different.
Okay.
You know, my experience with New Japan has been great. Everybody from top to bottom when I first started there, you know, and that was like the days of Chono and, you know, Yuji Nagata were on top. They were very cool, and, you know, they took us to dinner, like, you know, frequently over the tour, and was like, oh, well, I understand what it's like to be a foreigner, you know, in another country here, not really knowing what's going on and nervous as hell that you're just here and excited to have the opportunity. So, you know, let's go have a couple beers and let's go eat. And then, you know, and then I worked for like Pro Wrestling Noah, where it was a little different in the locker room, and everybody was kind of separated and kind of segregated in their own kind of spots, and nobody really, like, each group didn't really talk to each other or anything. So it was kind of a weird vibe, and that's also like one of the reasons I didn't like working there, because after New Japan, I was like, hey, how come like the top guys aren't saying hello to me, you know? Or like, you know, like, or like, hey, nobody's taking me to dinner. Nobody's
buying me drinks.
Yeah, nobody's buying me drinks.
That's the worst part.
So I was like, I gotta get back to New Japan.
That reminds me, Shinsuke Nakamura still owes me a steak dinner. I promise. You promised. I ain't forgot.
Looking at you, Nakamura.
Right. Yeah, I think the same for me when I got there. They treated me like, you know, they really appreciated me, treated me like royalty. And when I decided to stay, I was like, oh, no. You're going to treat me like shit, like you treat all, you know, the lower girls, like, you know, the kohais, senpai kohai. So I would, they would, after shows, they say, Kia, you could go to bed, and they'd be down there scrubbing and rolling up. You remember the newspaper for, like, I don't know if you guys had it, they would roll up the newspaper for the van so that no one could see us come in together.
Oh, yeah, right.
So they'd stay up all night
arenas,
rolling up
right?
these newspapers and taping them together, and I would come downstairs and rolling with them.
Wow.
And I'm like, no, I'm a new girl too, and I'm not gonna, just.
Wow, that's very cool.
Yeah.
You must have
worked. I wanted to work my way up and earn that respect.
With respect, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you were so new too. I mean, like,
So
you're
new.
a couple of months of training.
Couple
really,
months.
right?
Just knew how to bump and run the ropes.
You know,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, because you know the story, like Masa. I was friends with Masa before you know he had met you, and Masa's the owner of All Japan Women's, and so we had hung out a couple times, and so he called me and said, hey, I'm coming to LA, and this is when New Japan had the LA dojo in Santa Monica, and he was like, I really want to put together this tryout. Can you find a couple girls for me? And you know, and then just have them work out. You know, I'm looking for something. I don't know what I'm looking for exactly, but I'm looking for someone special. I was like, okay. So I made a couple phone calls. I called Jesse Hernandez, and he said, oh, well, we have this one girl, Kia. You know, she's only like a month or two in. You know, she barely knows how to bump and this and that. And I was like, and he's like, but there's something about this girl. And I was like, well, send her down, Jess. You know, of course I trust you, so let's do it. You know.
Yeah.
And then. Like literally, I was standing with Masa, I think Simon, Inoki, and you walked in, and there was a certain presence about you, and I think the second that you actually walked in, he knew that he wanted you.
Yeah, because it was Shelly was there.
Right.
Shelly was more experienced.
Right.
And he wanted me because he wanted to mold me. Because I was so inexperienced, he wanted to make me what he wanted to make me. And he, you know, wouldn't have to do that with Shelly, you know, deconstruct her and make her up again.
Exactly.
And so he saw me and said, big, black, scary one. That is my monster.
That was his artistic vision for you.
Yeah. I want that.
Yeah.
That's great. Rocky, can you talk to us a little bit? So I mentioned at the top of the show about New Japan coming stateside finally, and having like an official show, and now we have our own champion for a year.
Right.
Can you talk to us a little bit about the process of that coming to be?
It was very nerve-wracking for me.
I bet. You were kind of the man to go to, weren't you?
Well, yeah, I was on the. I sat on the basically the team, and kind of just because I have some experience here in Los Angeles, and like kind of I was involved in the dojo, and I saw a lot of mistakes that they made. You know, so I was kind of on the council of like just kind of helping out and giving my opinion when they asked for it. So. You know, they asked, what do you think about, making a new champion? I was like, well, I think it'll be cool. It'll be something that people will never forget.
Yeah.
So it'll be memorable, and so I mean, for me, I just wanted everything to go smoothly.
Yeah.
And like without a hitch, and there'd be no production problems. Because that could have been a nightmare. And I think that we hit a home run. I really do. I think the people there both nights were so happy, and the fans were like, the vibe was just different than like any other show that I had been to here in the States. Like it wasn't like, I don't like some people were saying like, oh, maybe they were trying to imitate a Japanese crowd. I don't think that that's true. I think that they were just hardcore wrestling fans, and they respect it so much, and that they weren't heckling or anything, because they really appreciated the product, and they appreciate wrestling. So they weren't trying to imitate anything. They were just being genuine, Yeah,
and this was a lifetime dream for a lot of these guys. I mean, to say that you want to go to see New Japan, not everybody can just drop that in the bucket, buy that plane ticket, buy that hotel, then get the ticket to the event, add all those expenses. But for you guys to bring it to us.
Yeah.
Like what a treat, and definitely I would imagine they would be respectful like a Japanese audience, because everybody has heart eyes looking at you guys in the ring, It's like this is really happening.
Yeah, but you know what was cool about it, hearing about it, and I know you and I discussed some stuff too, but just the buzz for it was just amazing, because people were genuinely excited about it. And for me, I hadn't seen that type of excitement in pro wrestling, especially here in the cool Southern California area in a long time. So to that buzz, and people really wanted to be genuinely involved with it, and to see it, it was a very cool thing to happen, and I'm glad it happened.
When I pulled up to the building, because I pulled up to the front of the building first before I went to where I was supposed to go, I saw two dudes skipping. Literally skipping, and they were going to the show because they had wrestling shirts on. I was like, they are happy. They were skipping to the front. I was like, well, yeah.
They were happy.
I understand. Right on. Skip on.
Getting their cardio in for the day. On the way.
We're going to see New Japan. We're off to see the Wizard.
We're off to see the wrestling.
What was cool too about it was that it was authentic. Like we had the New Japan ring there. It was the complete New Japan setup. It wasn't like us, New Japan trying to portray New Japan in a way in this like
New Japan light.
Right. Yeah. No, it was like full all in, and I think that that's what people like really connected to as well.
Absolutely, because it was the things they had seen on the internet now coming to fruition.
Japanese announcer,
the
whole 9 yards.
I always watch the Japanese commentary online. I know there's the English option, but I prefer the emotion.
A lot of fans do. I know a lot of fans say that.
It's just better for me. Well, speaking of which, Marc had the chance to go and talk to a lot of the fans out front of the New Japan show. What was that like for you talking to all these
Basically,
guys?
I just stalked fans out front, and I tackled some of them as they skipped by, and I asked them some questions and made this video.
That's awesome. Let's check this out right now.
I'm Marc Warzecha out here for Ringside Pop, right outside the Long Beach Convention Center. Here we have a couple fans who are coming in for New Japan Pro Wrestling Historic G1 Special. We're just asking people about their passion for New Japan Pro Wrestling. How did you guys, first of all, how far did you come for these shows?
I'm actually right here in Long Beach.
Where'd you come from?
New York City.
I came from Fontana, California. Almost 2 hours.
Okay. Because there's people that bought tickets for this show from 38 different states. Have you met a lot of people that have come from all over the country for this New Japan shows?
Last night I had 2 people stay at my house, one from Chicago, one from Texas. So like we went to Chili's after. We had a bunch of people from different countries, New York, Boston, we had all kinds of states, man.
Did you come all the way from Cleveland just for these shows?
Just for these shows. I came here just for Tetsuya Naito and Tomohiro Ishii. Tranquilo.
How far have you come for this show?
All the way from Israel.
You came from Israel to Long Beach just for this show?
Yes.
What do you think it is about this product right now that's getting such international appeal? Why do people love it so much and willing to travel from all over the world?
It's something different. It's competition. It's like the UFC kind of. It's like it's all about the matches. It's not about the storylines. It's about matches, 5-star quality. That's what it is. The rest
6-star quality.
6-star quality. Yeah.
I love the atmosphere and just what the entertainment that they bring to all nationalities, and it's just so fantastic and different.
This is the first time New Japan's been here. We want to see it all.
What is it that you love so much about those guys that get you passionate enough to get on a plane, fly all the way out here?
It's just their personalities, their dedication to professional wrestling, to the sport, this passion, this art form. I mean, I spent $1,500 coming out here just for them. That tells you how, if they're dedicated enough to this, I have to be dedicated enough for them.
Do you think they have great balls of fire?
They have the most fiery great balls.
You got here on your T-shirt the Elite. Are you big fans?
Yes.
Yes.
Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, all the Bullet Club, all the Bullet Club members.
Have you been? Did you go to Hot Topic to buy this shirt? Because you know they have an exclusive deal in Hot Topic now. Brandon, where are you from?
I'm here in LA.
You're wearing a Lucha Underground T-shirt to a New Japan show.
My New Japan shirts were dirty.
What?
So.
You didn't wash them in time for this show?
Nah,
no. I question your passion, sir. Are you ready for a quick quiz? I want to see how big of a fan you are.
Well, I'm an early beginner, so I'll give it a shot. You know,
this is a tough one.
Okay.
Who is the current never open weight champion?
Suzuki, man.
All right.
Oh, that's my boy. That's my heart. That's everything.
Okay. Who won last year's G1?
Naito.
You think so?
No.
What if I told you were wrong?
Omega won last year.
Who is the IWGP champion, the heavyweight champion?
Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada.
Okay, cool. And what two guys are you excited to see in a House of Horrors match tonight?
A House of Horrors match?
Yeah. Would you like to see a Punjabi prison match tonight?
Come on now, let's not ruin the greatness of New Japan Wrestling. Come on now, let's not.
No.
Now, let's keep that for the E. That's all them.
What about a Punjabi prison match? Would you like to see one of those here tonight?
No. Please no.
I'd like to see James Ellsworth interfere in one of the matches tonight.
No. He's like maybe some beating or something.
How about a Money in the Bank ladder match?
Although that would be extra. We can see that. Okay. Let's make that happen. All right.
You think Dario Cueto might make an appearance here tonight?
I wish, but I doubt it.
You don't think so? No. You don't think he'll come out with the different Aztec symbols that they can put into the New Japan title?
I wish.
And give it supernatural power?
I really wish. I really do. Like, I would love a crossover. That would blow everybody's mind.
Yeah. I think there's any chance that one day Kenny Omega could join the Titus brand?
No, I think he's pretty true to Bullet Club.
Do you think Tanahashi can beat Billy Gunn?
Yeah.
Do you think he could beat the rest of DX with their tank if they showed up here tonight?
With the tank, maybe not, but the rest of them, yeah.
Okay. Do you think Vince McMahon is going to watch this show tonight?
I really hope so, because he should start worrying.
Do you think WWE might be the biggest New Japan fans of all, because they're signing all the big New Japan stars, right? Finn Balor and Nakamura and Gallows and Anderson.
I mean, they have to be watching everything if they see enough of those guys to sign them. Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think that LeVar Ball is going to do a run-in tonight?
I would pay to see that. I would actually, the amount that I paid for these tickets, I would pay double.
Yeah.
Because that would be amazing. Especially that little weird running thing he got going. I'd like to see that.
Any last words, thoughts on New Japan?
New Japan, if you don't know this product, get to know it, because you will not be disappointed.
And it really is the #1 promotion in all of professional wrestling.
It's amazing. It's New Japan. What more can you ask for? You know?
You have so many fans coming out here for something the first time in America. Like, this is pretty amazing. It's awesome. It's a culture. Like, we're a part of a huge thing right here. I think everybody needs to, like, take it in a little bit.
That was awesome. You can see those heart eyes we mentioned in a lot of those guys' interviews.
Cool. I didn't see the tackle though.
It must have got lost in the editing somehow.
That'll be in the online B-roll. So what's next for America? I mean, I'm headed out to Wrestle Kingdom 12. By the way, this will be my third Wrestle Kingdom. I am addicted. I didn't get to go to California, ironically, but I'm heading to Japan. But do we know any next steps or what's up?
Wait, I have a question. Wait, before we get into that question, I want to know.
Yeah.
Did you guys party here afterwards as hard as we party in Japan?
Yeah, I heard that a couple of guys did. Like I think Okada did, but I think everybody was so exhausted because the week was just crazy.
Right.
The week was crazy. So yeah, I mean, we all we did the press conference. The day before the events, and then everybody was flying in. I think just everybody was just
too exhausted.
Yeah, and everybody had interviews like all day, and it was tough. Like Kenny Omega, I know he worked like super hard.
Oh,
and then he had 3 matches over the weekend.
And jet lag can be a bitch. So I was because. I mean, tell them how.
Yeah, no,
I mean, we party in Japan. They party as hard as they work in the ring, and it took me a while to like hang because it was like, damn it, we just went to sleep. And now we are up setting up the ring, and y'all are just like. And I'm just like dragging knuckles like a real car. Because you know how when you have to go out and party.
No, it's a part of your job.
It's a part of your job to party.
I love the way you say that because a lot of people don't get that. You have to go because if you don't, it's like a disrespectful thing.
Exactly.
You don't have to drink, but you have to go. You have to go, and you have to stay out until everybody goes home.
And sometimes you just want a tuna sandwich and like a Coke, and you just want to go to bed.
Or you have to pretend that you're sick. Or you're not going home.
And then you put the mask on.
They're keeping medical masks in business in Japan, let me tell you. My goodness.
There was a couple of times I got overdrunk and passed out. Give me some Z's.
That's a thing too. Or you just sleep. Yeah, you sleep right there at dinner, right? Yeah, like that's what like the Kohais will do, right? Like they'll get really drunk, and then pass out right there at dinner and take a nap. While everybody else is.
I had to get my sleep in.
I need to try that. Does that work? I don't know if that works here.
For me.
Yeah, how's Okada in person? Is he a party hardy kind of guy?
No, he's not a party hardy kind of guy. But he is a great dude.
He seems so cool.
He's super cool, and his motto is just live every day to the fullest. So even like if we have a day off and he doesn't have to go run across Japan and go do an interview or something, he's like, let's go to like a tourist spot, and I'm like, oh man, I'd just rather just lay down. He's like, come on, let's go. So he pushes me, and I'm like, all right, fine, let's go. And then I go, oh God, this was so cool, man, and like loving it. Like, let's go to this temple or something. So like, he's just a great dude, and he really looks out for the foreigners. Like we were talking about, like being a foreigner in a foreign country. He understands that because he was here. Yeah, and he lived in Mexico since he was like 15 or 14.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he trained there. Yeah, he originally trained in Mexico with Ultimo Dragon. Really? And he joined at I think 14 or 15 years old. Like, and his parents like signed him off to Ultimo Dragon.
Good luck.
He went to Mexico City, and then I guess it paid off though. So
can you do that? My daughter's 15 months old. Some weekends I'm like, I'll sign her up. I'll get her going. But I know maybe the guys didn't go out to the bar, but I know a lot of the wrestlers that weekend were joking and laughing and talking about having gone to In-N-Out Burger several times.
Oh yeah, that
was
a big deal. That became a big deal in the locker room. Everybody was talking about In-N-Out. Oh, actually, I did go with a group of guys to In-N-Out after the second night.
I like In-N-Out Burger, but Moss Burger in Tokyo.
Oh, right.
That is my chain.
God.
So good, so fresh.
Yes. Or you have to try the garlic mayonnaise at First One. You're in so much mayonnaise, but there's a garlic mayonnaise at a place called like First One that when I went for Aja's 30th. Me and I took Dan. I was like, "There's this mayonnaise, garlic mayonnaise, and we have to find it." And I can't remember the name of the place. And we went to what is it, Roppongi, and shopping around. I was like, I can't find it. And we went to Shibuya, and I was like, it's that one. And I bought like I was like, how many do you have back there?
Give me all of them.
I want them all.
I want a gallon. Like, we don't know what a gallon is. Just a lot.
It's funny because mayonnaise is so huge over there.
Yeah, it's so huge.
Yeah.
And it's
they got a
weird because they don't
museum.
refrigerate it. Like it'll be just out. Like it'll be out. Something.
Yeah, it's like a ketchup bottle.
Mayonnaise, and it'll just be out.
Yeah, they actually have a museum in Tokyo based on mayonnaise.
Really? Wow,
Yes, it's so cool. I've been there. That's right now.
That's a new place for you in Okada to go when you're looking for tourists.
There you go. Check it out next time you're there.
Museum of mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise museum.
I did go to the ramen museum. That was a lot of fun.
That sounds cool.
I basically just ate myself silly for.
That's what you do there because there's some of the greatest food in the world.
And they just keep feeding you like you have an endless stomach. I'm like, I know I look big, but I really have an average tummy. And they would like they didn't believe that. Like, oh no, you're hungry. You're just being polite. Eat it. And I'm like, oh my god. Oh, I'm sleeping.
Like, this girl got epilepsy. She falls asleep all the time.
Sponsors are cool too.
Yeah.
Sponsors are great.
Sponsors
are the reason why I have that cool the cool con gear for so long. The Xena type.
Breastplated kind of thing.
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, sponsor bought that.
Yeah.
Gong Magazine. One of the people, he sponsored me and bought that. And I was like, great, because for a while I was wearing this like leopard leotard thing with one leg cut off right here and the other one long. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
And I was like,
right.
That's a bad. I got this made at a stripper store. They got me some real gear.
Yeah, the Xena stuff was cool.
Yeah,
I remember
cool.
seeing that. I was like, oh, that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah.
What's been the weirdest, speaking of mayonnaise, what's been the weirdest thing that y'all have eaten when you were over in Japan? Lance Archer, I'll start with Lance Archer told me is that he keeps trying to make me go get horse. Like he really, and it has to be raw. He wants to get me raw horse.
That's tame.
Yeah.
You know, here I'm African American, and in my culture we eat things called chitlins, which is pig guts, and we peel them and we boil them, and they become very soft, and you know, they just grill them.
Yeah.
With everything
on it, and
it's like pork gum, and you're just like.
They love chewy stuff.
You really
the Japanese love chewy stuff.
All texture, yeah.
Or the natto.
Oh yeah, I don't eat natto.
Yeah,
I won't do it.
But they love watching. They love watching corners. They're like, here.
I think it's a rib.
It's setting you up.
It's a rib.
It's a rib. They love it.
Yeah.
It's like, watch them like get gross skin. I don't know if you know, natto is like fermented beans.
Yeah, soybeans,
it comes
right?
in a cup and it's all like
Isn't it real stanky though?
It's real stanky and bitter, and
it smells like feet.
It does. It tastes like feet too.
I used to go to this place called Skate Junction in back, like where I grew up, and it was like a roller skating rink. So like it smelled like feet, and that's what I connect the natto to. Skate Junction.
It's like if you were eating Skate Junction.
If you ever go to Japan, I swear, your Japanese friends are gonna want you to eat it, and they're gonna get so happy. They're gonna basically wet themselves like, what face is she gonna make? Get this so across the board.
Yeah. You know, I had some questionable sushi when I was there, but the thing that really blew my mind food-wise was as soon as I got off the plane, in the airport in Tokyo, in front of me were like 16 varieties of Kit Kat that I've never seen before in my life.
Yeah, those are amazing.
I was like, all of these Kit Kat exist in the world and I've never seen them before?
Just there. I mean, they're delicious. Mostly. I didn't like the wasabi one. That one's really
I did not get that one.
No, the green tea is an acquired taste.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Strawberry.
It's an acquired taste.
Okay, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, they have many. They have soy sauce, they have butter. I've seen like all kinds of
kinds,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they're on you can get them on eBay, and they're like for like 6 or 7 times more.
Yeah, I was gonna get it for today's show, but it was gonna take 3 weeks to get here. I'm like, I didn't think of this early enough.
You gotta get them at the store that you guys had your
Oh yeah,
yes.
you can.
They were there.
Yeah.
They were there. Yes.
Yeah,
a bunch of varieties.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up some stuff from Skiaki to cook that night.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, New Japan in America. Do we know anything for next steps?
I mean, we're definitely looking at opening up an official office in Dojo. So yeah, sometime in early 2018, and we'll be back in early 2018. I don't know. I can't say where or when.
Yep,
but,
that's fine.
Yeah, soon, and it's gonna be bigger and better.
That's awesome. That sounds like good
Nice.
news. Marty, you got any other fun Japan stories over there?
I got sick there the first time I went there. And
Uh-oh.
my very first tour, I lost 11 pounds because I got food poisoning.
Oh.
And oddly enough, it was at a McDonald's. I ate a fish fillet.
No way. Gosh, the irony.
Yeah.
That's not Japan's fault then.
No,
That's
it wasn't. But, I was like so homesick, and I was like, oh, my God, home sweet home. Home sweet home. And I remember seeing the McDonald's out of my window, and Karina was on the tour with me, and he goes, dude, you're hungry? There you go. And I went, yeah, man. So I went down there. I ordered up some filet of fish, went in, ate French fries. 10 minutes later, I was dying. As a matter of fact, the booker there at the time was Nakamura, and he had to come and he had to hook me up with some type of soup and stuff and magic, and it was.
Nakamura used to take care of people.
Oh my God.
I remember wanting to go to McDonald's once, and I asked because they, I lived in a dorm, and they had like one of the little runners that would run places. I was like, "Can I go to McDonald's?" And he didn't understand me, and I was like, "McDonald's." Mickey D's, Golden Arches. I and then I sang the song. I was like, and he still didn't get it. I was like, okay, let's just get in the car and I'll show you where to go. So we got in the car, showed him where to go, and I was like, he was like, oh, Macca.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Macca. Well, now I know.
I was the dumb one. I didn't know. Dougie, it's Macca.
God, it's funny. Yeah, but Japan is great. Another quick story. I had a Yakuza guy take me and Tom Howard to Kentucky Fried Chicken one time. We had no idea. We had no idea who he was or what. So he got us in a car, and we're like, yeah, we're hungry. We want KFC. So we pulled up a picture of the Colonel. So he goes driving through, comes in, goes the wrong way.
You need a picture of Rob.
And we're like going, okay. He just goes in, and the guy's like, eyes this big, and he goes in, we get our chicken, everybody's in, and we're like, well, okay. So we're heading back, and we go back to the arena. I go, that's so cool, man, they love us this much. And Tom goes, no, dude, this guy's ready to kill people. Why? And he goes, he's with the Japanese. And I went, oh. And I'm just going, I love you guys.
I will take my chicken and go.
Yeah.
I think that's the great thing about Japan, and as globalization happens more and more, there's fewer and fewer places that you feel uncomfortable and don't feel like, oh, there's that thing that I recognize. Japan is definitely, they stick to so much of their culture and keep things going that you go there and you definitely feel like this sort of like shock and awe at the same time. It's just amazing to have somewhere that you can go like that. So I said I went first in 2010. I've been 7 times since I've been there that first time because I just can't get enough of it.
It is so cool a country. Me, as a big music fan, they got the best vinyl record stores in
really?
Jericho and I always went to a place called Airs out of Shinjuku, and it was the greatest record store that I'll ever go to in my life.
So many things that are just that you can discover there. My husband went there the first time in August for the Aja thing, and we flew on like one of the Japanese airlines there, and the hospitality. And he was like, this is great. You want to get off the plane? I was like, this is great. And then we get there, and Aja hooked us up. She put us in the Tokyo Dome Hotel. We didn't pay for anything.
Wow.
But
that's how they are.
That's how they are. She's like, no, you're my guest and whatnot. And he just had such a great time. And then on the way home, we had a different airline.
American?
We had United. And he was so indignant. He was like, this isn't how it was on the way here. This is supposed to be like an American. This is what America, get it together. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay.
I think that's our message of the whole show. America, get it together. Well, thank you guys for joining us today to talk about our love of Japan. This has been really, really fun, super special to hear all your different stories. Rocky, where can people follow you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AzukaRock, AUZUCARROC, and also visit RockyRomeroMerch.com for who wears like this.
Nice new shirts.
Yeah.
I like
T-shirt. Black Soul.
Yeah.
Mark?
MarcWarzecha.com and Marc Warzecha and all social media. MarcWarzecha.
And Marty.
At Marty Elias 67 on Instagram, at Marty Elias 1967 on Twitter, and on Facebook, good old Marty Elias.
Kia, my dear.
Twitter, Mean Queen K, Mean Queen in the letter K. Mean Queen K on Instagram. I am Spinning Fist.
And I am The Walking Dale, and this has been AfterBuzz TV. We thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next week. Hi.
Stephen Lemieux, managing producer for AfterBuzz Wrestling, Marc Donica, and the entire Ringside Pop staff. We would like to thank you for tuning in. Like us on Facebook, rate and comment on iTunes and YouTube. Follow the show on Twitter at Ringside Pop. This has been a presentation of the AfterBuzz TV Network. Buzz you later!